Sir Edmund Hillary was born on July 20, 1919, in Auckland, New Zealand, to a working-class family. Raised in the small town of Tuakau, Hillary was instilled with a sense of independence and a deep love for nature. His father, a beekeeper, and his mother, a school teacher, both influenced his work ethic and curiosity about the world. Though not originally a mountain climber, Hillary developed an early passion for the outdoors, particularly hiking and exploring the rugged terrain surrounding his hometown. His fascination with the natural world would later shape his extraordinary mountaineering career. Hillary attended the Auckland Grammar School and went on to study mathematics and science at the University of Auckland. While in school, he became involved in outdoor activities, including climbing, and he joined the New Zealand Alpine Club in 1939. However, the onset of World War II interrupted his studies. Hillary enlisted in the Royal New Zealand Air Force, where he served as a navigator in the Pacific during the conflict. His experiences in the military not only shaped his character, but also gave him the discipline and resolve that would become vital in his later mountaineering pursuits. After the war, Hillary returned to New Zealand, where he resumed his studies and began focusing more on climbing. He spent years refining his skills in mountaineering, primarily in the southern Alps of New Zealand. These early expeditions, often undertaken in challenging conditions, were formative experiences that helped develop his endurance, resilience, and technical proficiency as a climber. Hillary's journey into high-altitude mountaineering was characterized by a relentless pursuit of exploration. He was drawn to the mountains of the Himalayas, and by the early 1950s, he had already undertaken a series of significant climbs in the South Pacific region. His ambition to tackle larger and more demanding challenges grew stronger, setting the stage for what would become one of the most iconic careers in the history of exploration and mountaineering. Career peak: the conquest of Mount Everest. Sir Edmund Hillary's name became synonymous with one of the most monumental achievements in the history of human exploration, the first successful ascent of Mount Everest, the highest peak in the world. In the 1950s, the challenge of summiting Everest had become one of the great quests for mountaineers. The peak, which stands at 8,848 meters (29,029 feet) above sea level, had proven elusive for many climbers, and a successful ascent had yet to be achieved. Hillary's journey to Everest began as part of a British expedition led by Colonel John Hunt in 1953. The team had been attempting to find a suitable route to the summit, and Hillary, along with the Sherpa Tenzing Norgay, was selected for a key attempt. In the days leading up to their summit bid, the conditions on the mountain were treacherous, with the climbers facing heavy snow, winds, and extreme cold. The two men's perseverance was tested as they navigated through dangerous crevasses and icy cliffs. On May 29, 1953, Hillary and Norgay made their historic final push to the summit. The two climbers reached the top of Everest at 11:30 a.m., and they became the first humans to stand on the roof of the world. They planted the British flag on the summit, marking a monumental achievement in the annals of exploration. The success of the Everest expedition made Hillary and Norgay global heroes, and it catapulted Hillary into international fame. The ascent of Mount Everest was not only a technical triumph, but also a symbol of human determination and endurance. Hillary's approach to the climb was methodical, relying on his technical skills and a calm, steady presence. His collaboration with Norgay was a testament to the importance of teamwork in mountaineering, especially in the extreme conditions of the Himalayas. While the ascent was an individual achievement, it was also a reflection of the combined efforts of the entire expedition team. The climb also held great significance for Hillary on a personal level. He was not only driven by the desire for fame or recognition, but by a deep respect for the mountain and the people who helped him achieve his goal. His partnership with Tenzing Norgay became one of the most iconic collaborations in the history of mountaineering, as the two men demonstrated the power of unity in the face of adversity. Main achievements: a lifelong legacy of exploration and adventure. Beyond the conquest of Everest, Sir Edmund Hillary's career as a mountaineer and explorer was marked by numerous other significant achievements. While his ascent of Everest in 1953 is his most celebrated accomplishment, Hillary's subsequent ventures into both the Himalayas and the polar regions continued to cement his place as one of the world's greatest adventurers. First ascent of Mount Everest, 1953. The most defining moment of Hillary's career came with the successful ascent of Mount Everest. His partnership with Tenzing Norgay not only led to the first summit of the world's highest peak, but also established Hillary as one of the foremost figures in the history of exploration. Their success was a testament to their courage, skill, and determination, as well as the teamwork between two men from vastly different cultural backgrounds. Subsequent Himalayan expeditions. Following his historic Everest climb, Hillary continued to explore the Himalayas. He undertook a number of expeditions to other peaks in the region and worked on advancing the safety and techniques of high-altitude mountaineering. His experience and reputation made him an authority on Himalayan climbing, and he became an important figure in the mountaineering community. South Pole Expedition 1958. In 1958, Hillary led the Commonwealth Trans-Antarctic Expedition, which sought to be the first to cross Antarctica via the South Pole. The team successfully made it to the South Pole, and Hillary's leadership and perseverance were crucial to the success of the mission. This expedition further established Hillary's legacy as a fearless explorer, and his work in Antarctica was celebrated for its contribution to scientific exploration. Contributions to Himalayan development. Later in life, Hillary focused much of his energy on humanitarian efforts in Nepal. He worked tirelessly to improve the lives of the Sherpa people and other mountain communities through the Himalayan Trust, which he established in 1960. The Trust's work included building schools, hospitals, and infrastructure in remote regions of Nepal. Hillary's commitment to the welfare of the Sherpa people became one of his most enduring legacies, and he was widely respected in Nepal for his selfless contributions. Author and public speaker. In addition to his mountaineering exploits, Hillary became a prolific author and public speaker. His autobiographies, High Adventure and View from the Summit, became bestsellers, sharing the stories of his adventures and the lessons he learned along the way. Hillary also lectured around the world, inspiring generations of adventurers and raising awareness about his charitable efforts in Nepal. Challenges and setbacks. Despite his many successes, Sir Edmund Hillary faced numerous challenges throughout his career. Mountaineering, especially at the highest altitudes, is fraught with danger, and Hillary was not immune to the physical and psychological toll of high-altitude climbing. The death of his first wife, Louise, in 1975, was a profound personal tragedy that greatly affected Hillary. They had 3 children together, and the loss of Louise left a deep hole in his life. Despite the hardship, Hillary continued his work in Nepal and his climbing pursuits, although his focus began to shift from personal expeditions to philanthropy. Hillary also faced opposition and skepticism from some quarters of the climbing community, particularly regarding the commercialization of mountaineering. His humble approach to climbing, coupled with his criticism of the growing commercial interest in Everest, was a point of contention. However, he remained steadfast in his belief that climbing should be about the adventure and the personal challenge, not just about the pursuit of fame or profit. Final years and legacy. In his later years, Hillary continued to be active in public life, balancing his work in mountaineering and humanitarian efforts. In 1987, he was knighted by Queen Elizabeth II for his contributions to New Zealand and his role in the ascent of Everest. His commitment to his causes, including the welfare of the Sherpa people, made him a beloved figure in both New Zealand and Nepal. Hillary's final years were marked by a continued focus on his charitable work and writing. He passed away on January 11, 2008, at the age of 88. His death marked the end of an era in the history of exploration, but his legacy lives on in the countless mountaineers, explorers, and individuals whose lives he touched through his work and philanthropy. Today, Sir Edmund Hillary is remembered as a pioneer, a humanitarian, and an enduring symbol of perseverance and courage. His name is forever linked with the conquest of Mount Everest, but his contributions to the world extend far beyond the mountains he climbed. His impact on mountaineering, exploration, and the welfare of others will continue to inspire generations to come.